Right, welcome back, and we're starting a new character in the new release, A Wake of the Water. And we're going to configure our game. So start out with normal or default difficulty. We'll hit create, and we can go this way, or we can edit this and make modifications. So enemy difficulty, and make the game faster and easier as you want. You can make changes there. Right, enemy amount, we're going normal. Player health. This is where I want to make it a little bit easier for me starting out, because I want to get through the world as fast as possible. I don't want to deal with mana or stamina or deal with grind. This is changed to frost resistant duration. We're not now Benieve yet. I'm going to go ahead and crank it up to 200, double it. Diving time, this is when we start dealing with the water, we can open it up, scales the time you can dive. I'm going to crank that up till I'm used to the way of the water. Mining experience, I want to get EXP as fast as possible, to play the game as fast as possible, so quest and exploration. Combat, now survival, I'm not going to change anything here except for I don't want to do corpse recovery. If I die, and that's going to be a lot, we're going to keep all, so we can just pick up where we left off. Oh, time in the shroud, this is up to you. You can change the amount of time you have in the shroud. I don't want to be rushing through that. I'm going to be doing a lot of exploration, so I'm going to crank that up. Now, I'm not into the night game, especially in the beginning. I want to play during the day, especially I'm recording. It's dark enough in areas that don't want to deal with that. So I'm going to change night duration down to 2 minutes. But when I start getting into the night portion of the game, I'll take this up to 12 minutes in the game, right? Not going to make any changes here. Harsh weather conditions, I'm going to turn this off. I've played the game through in hard mode, harsh weather. I'm just flying, I'm doing recording here, I don't want to deal with that. Glider turbulence, I don't care about that right now. Taming, I don't really want to deal with taming. I don't have any problems with taming all the way up to any of the creatures, but I definitely don't want to start over if I'm recording and not paying attention. So yeah, I want to keep progress. Fishing, I have no idea. This is new release, new experience. I'm going to leave it at default, see what that's about. Cursed chance, I'm going to leave it default. I'm not going to change that. Now, workshop production. My time is valuable. I don't want to spend a lot of time waiting for stuff to get done, like plant growth and when I'm dealing with weapon upgrades, and especially in the beginning with the new weapons and things that the mechanics they're going to have in place for that. I want to, recycle my weapons. I want all my runes back and that kind of thing. So again, back to time, mining, damage. I don't want to spend a lot of time grinding. Right, so I want to get the resources I want when I want them as fast as I can get them. Loot amount, same thing. So I'm going to crank those up. Right, so this basically changed to a custom game, and it's rather simple. Right, so this is custom difficulty, and we're going to go ahead and start. So here we go.
Once concealed.
All right, I don't need to watch this again. Doesn't look like anything has changed. And we're going to go ahead and skip through it and get to the part where Erdina, which is water spirit, or it's from the foundation of Udine or Udini. And that's how I choose my names. Whatever, right? So we're coming out. That's still as slow as ever coming out. But once we come out, it appears to be nothing's changed, and so I am going to speed through and bring up any changes that happen when they happen. So beautiful sunrise. Sun rises in the northeast, and it sets in the south, right? It's kind of southeast, but that's how you tell what time of day it is. So I'm just going to go through this, and if I see any significant changes, yeah, I'll incorporate that into the video log. But it looks like we're getting extra stuff in the chest, but we'll see. I have durability, I think, off. Let's see. Right? Durability is on. No, it's not. Let's grab this. So we have normal default durability. I think I want to turn that off because I don't want to deal with a lot of time in the game. You know, carrying around a workbench and dealing with all that fun stuff. So there we go. And roll all of that. The whole idea is to get loot as fast as possible. So, wow, they were right. So they reduced stamina or any regeneration, mana, health, so on. So it's through the foods you eat or the jewelry you have. So this is a major increase from the other one, the previous release. So let's loot everything here. Read, and we're gonna waste this. I'm gonna end up breaking this torch. I got a backup. Yeah, I'm gonna change durability back. So torch blunt damage and does a pretty good job. So there's one torch down. All right, turned into. Let's just roll the 1. And why am I not? Is that a bug? Is that a bug? All right. Not liking that. There's no light. There we go. Just took a second. All right, loot up. And yeah, I'm going to get out of here. So. Now, in the previous game, you could restart, come back through here, and get another ring. But now they have a timer on the chest, so just keep that in mind. You can't do that anymore. We're going to go ahead and proceed. All right, so we're going through, and if you don't have durability turned off, you can get another one of those, and yeah, go through here, and let's see here. Can we make anything yet? Go through the tutorial. We can make this, we're gonna make that, and we're gonna make a wand. We're gonna make a wand. Do it this time. All right, cool. So we're going to put bandages in 7. I'm gonna get bombs out of the way. I don't know, put it in there somewhere. Keep that there. 2 torches, and now we've got, well, that's weird. Huh. Little bug out there. I'm not getting any, that does a lot of damage. Alright, cool. Okay, there's some sort of lag in the game, so yeah, that's a problem. Get all the resources. Right? Try to break everything. We want to get all the resources. You see that? Yeah, there's a lag going on in the game. I might have to restart. Something is out of sync. See that? I'm clicking on this. It's taking a little bit of time. So I've leveled. Now I've leveled. Right, 1000 EXP for coming into this township, if you will, discovering a new area. And our leveling strategy is to get to double jump as soon as possible. We got 2 points. We're going to put 1 into endurance. Then this takes 2 points, so it's odd number. I'm going to spend the other point. So after we get double jump, we are going to updraft. So I'm going to put my other point right here in dexterity. Right, because we're going to be using bows in the beginning. I'm not going to be using daggers, but I am going to be using bows. And then this is essentially increasing stamina by 40 per attribute point. So very important. All right, so there's a couple things you can do. You can start to go this way, breaking stuff, or you can go down into, let's just go to the map, show where we are. Long Keep, right? So our first quest item is setting our base up. And yeah, so if this is your first time playing through, we're in normal settings, so we should have one rat. Oh, that's lag too. Usually can come through here and slam E and pick up everything, but now I've got to, yeah, hit F to pick up everything. So I can't pick up that blueberry, and I need that. So I break this, and boom, I got purple berries. Not blueberries, they're purple. Right, I break everything because I need the resources. All right. See that lag in the paper? A little bit of lag here. I think I'm going to restart. So I restarted, and the lag seems to have gone away. So I already read that. I've already broke on all this, and it's not going to reappear. So I'm going to go out and down and break this stuff, get bone, wood. Break all of this. Secret door still here. And we're getting bandages and arrows. So we get a couple things out of these chests now. That's kind of cool. So can I make I'm gonna make an axe, and I'm gonna make a pick. And that's why we pick up everything. So I am going to put my axe here, my pick here, my torch here, and I'll just double up, move this stuff down here. Yeah, something like that. All right, cool. So that way I can roll to the axe, and I can break things easier. 18 damage versus 3 off of that club. All right, so let's check this out. Yeah, one shot. Get the resources. Okay, I can't do that. Can I break this stuff? Can I break that? All right, bone. Break this. 18. Nice. All right, cool. So what we're going to do now is head down. Get ready to fight some more rats. More rats, more rats, more rats. All right. It's going to sneak up on me. Very nice. Not nice. All right, break everything. If it's too high, just go to your pick. I'm doing 4 damage, but I want to get all the loot. Look at that tiny backpack. Picking up this loot as you're going through, it will open up recipes and quests and things like that. So in the beginning, grab everything you can, right? We're going to need all the wood and string and everything that we can get our hands on to get started very quickly in the game. Right, if you've watched me do playthroughs before, you've seen that, yep, I pretty much loot everything. Now I'm going to go out here to the right instead of down there right now. These reddish trees, reddish brown trees, they're great for getting resin. Loot everything, right? Ooh, this tree has beehives in it. I don't remember that. So we want honey and wax, and I have bees now. That's why I have a wand. Quickly take those out. Go back to axe. Come on, get up on the tree. There we go. And there we go. So we're gonna go through here. Don't have a lot of reach. Huh. Alright, so we're going here. Reading material, captain's journal. So we're going to see a lot of captain's journal stuff coming up. Loot, 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 loot everything you can. I don't think these drop metal. We want metal. As much metal as we can get our hands on. Alright, can't hit that. Not worried about it. Go in here. Grab the old books. I'm not sure. You know, you get into making bookshelves and making things fancy. You can see here we're getting dirt roadblocks. I don't use those, but out here we are getting Springlands dirt, and you want as much Springlands dirt as you can get for making coal and doing all sorts of important upgrades, and we're getting stone, getting everything. So a brownish red tree, so we're getting resin. You want as much resin as you can get. All right, so I'm just going to go through and do all this. It will not all be boring in the video log. So, oh, grab this campfire. You get tar, you unlock that. See how important it is to grab stuff? Very important. So we did all this already. We did all this. Grab this. There used to be resources on the bench, and there's not. There used to be water or something here, and there is not. Huh. Okay. I don't mind. Just to change. So we're gonna, what was that? What was that? Anything to pick up? Okay. We are going to now head back and go across. So not down there, back through here, and this is sprint jump. So hold down shift, run, and jump across. There we go. We got that. We'll grab this. Arrows, nice. Those are nice arrows too. All right, we come out here. We're not going to go into the shroud quite yet. What we're going to do is cut down. Watching our stamina, it's getting a little low. Here, we're going to go in here, grab this string. Break it right here. We're getting wood, and we're getting string. Very nice. String, nice, and wood. Is that water? What is that on that? I don't know what that is. It's broken, whatever it is now. Breaking all of this. Look at Jump. Jump. Look at all of these resources. You don't want to pass that up. Oh, it used to be something there. It's not there. All right, good enough. Good enough. Take all the barrels. There we go. We're cooking with gas. Right, sleep if it's getting nighttime. Again, I have the day at 1 hour and night at 2 minutes, so it's not going to be night for a while. All right, we're going to cook this in just a second. First, I'm going to go behind here, pick up this wood, break this barrel, open this chest, open this chest. Ooh, flint arrows again, cool. All right, very nice. All right, we're gonna roll over here. We're gonna check where our food is. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in slot 1 in the alt hotbar. Anything else to cook? Nope. Nope, these are already grilled. All right, so sit down, tutorial. Try it again. There we go. I have the hotbar on mouse 4, so I can switch to it. Then I'm going to roll the mouse to get to what I want to do, or just hit 1. It'll take me right there. And I just ate raw, and I'm throwing up. Darn it, you never want to do that. We're going to cook it instead of eating it raw. And there we go. And if you hold it too long, pretty much like Valheim, it will turn to charcoal or tar in this case. And we don't want to do that because we want that. Let's go ahead and consume. Here we go. And let's get back to looting everything. We want all of the twigs and fiber we can get. Okay, the new water stuff. All right, let's. Do I have anything to hold? Yeah, right here. So what I'm going to do is go back to my primary bar. And then what we're doing here is right-clicking and filling that bag up. You see that bag's filling up? There we go. That green bar on that bag is now full. Very nice. Now you can drink that. We hit 6. Food type already active. All right, cool. Grab the arrows. I don't know if these reappear. They're like the chests. I don't know if they come back or not. I used to farm the arrows, restart every chance I got. All right, so breaking everything. I do not know where the nearest lake or pond is. That's going to be a fun mechanic to play with. Fishing. We're going to start fishing. All right, let's break all of this for the resources and get cloth off these bundles. You get other stuff too, but that's the primary thing. Cloth. And then this is too low, so you can go to your pick and break it. A little slow, but we got string. And again, get as much Springlands dirt as you can. So that's on the top. You go below the topsoil, you're getting stone. See that? So this is a great way to get stone and dirt, unless you want to go around and break stones and do all of that fun stuff. All right, so boom. And I'm just going to keep doing this because we need all the wood. We're going to need about 10,000 blocks to build our initial place. So yeah, that's going to take a lot of wood. No problem. We've been doing our thing here and getting wood. Let's just go ahead and set up our base, which is the quest that we got to get to. So this hot area right here is saying, hey, you need to build your first base here in your quest. And there we go, quest completed. We arrived. All right, so basically what we're going to do here is hit V. We need to make an altar, a workbench, and a construction hammer. Later on, we'll make a fishing pole. All right, and we also need to make a bag. I need more inventory space. So we've been getting the cloth and the string. So let's go ahead and do that. Hit N. Here we go, our tiny backpack. Yeah, but we picked up another 8 spots here. Very nice. All right, so what I'm going to do down in my lower alt bar here is place this flame altar, a workbench, and a construction hammer. All right, so we go to that alt bar. You can see it filled the empty spots. The first thing we're going to do is roll or hit 1, roll to the first slot. And you see this rock right here? This is just my habit. I just put the corner of my new altar right there, and it pretty much sets my borders and everything that I like for this. So if you go to your pick, you should see the border. Here it is right here. So this is, I think, 40 by 40. So everything that you harvest, pick, when you reset the game, it will not show up there. If you got a big boulder that's inside your border, you can just mouse over it. You don't have to do anything. Let me get off of that. Dismantle. It's just cleaner. These you can hit E, you collect. So I go back. So everything in the yellow border, and you can only see that when you have your construction hammer out or your pick. You don't see that I don't know why they do that, but if you got your axe out, you can't. So you roll your pickaxe, you can see your border. Roll the axe. You can't! Alright, so there we go. We're getting our resources, wood, and all of that fun stuff. So that is the border of our base. And we're going to hit Alt. And we're going to actually go back. And we're going to dog. Die. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and pick up this. And now we're going to try again. So we're going to put this right here is good enough. And we've got to make wood. We have 478 here. So we're going to hit shift. Down here you see shift and space is crafting times 10. And you can see over here with 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000. Wood we got. And 15,000. Right? And that's basically what I need to get our base started. So we're going to hit tab and go through the tutorials, start building. So we hold down the Alt, we can roll through the selections we have. We're going to 4 meter, and we roll our mouse button. We're going to 7. We're going to lay down ceiling tiles, not the foundations. There's no need for the foundations. They use 256 out of our 15,000. We don't want to do that. If we use the ceiling, we're using 64. Right? It's a fraction of it. Now, what I do is I build all the way to the border. That's 4 deep. So leaves 2 from, that's 2 from the border itself. Right? I do that right off this. Right? And then I'll roll to a door. And I'll put a door here. Hopefully that didn't sink low. And I'll put a door here. Is that right? If you want to remove something, just select it. You see it's blue. And then you can reset it. And you don't waste anything. All right, now I'm going to roll here. I only go out 1 wide, and I put a door. Because the rest of my property I want for farming. See, right up here, until I go do the elixir well and I expand my borders, this is all the rest of the property that I have for farming. All right, so let's go back to our mallet, tab, go to floor, and finish building it. Put that in the wrong place. Need to go out 1 more. There we go. And finish this up. Put a roof on it. We're going to put a window here, a solid wall here, a window here. And you may be asking, why are you doing that? Later on in the game, I'm going to get a big frame here, painting frame, part of the Alchemist quest line, and we're putting a solid wall here and maybe even here. These are where our chests go for storage, and I don't need a window there because it'd be blocked by the storage. Right? So we do something like this, and then we come in and put in a flat ceiling. We're not worried about gabled roofs or doing anything fancy. Make a mistake, right click and delete. Anything fancy, just a very simple enclosure that will hold our at least first 5 survivors and as many crafting stations as we need. All right, there we go. Looks pretty big, doesn't it? It fills up pretty fast. All right, so we got that part done. Let's go ahead and pick this up and hit 2, it's on our lower bar, hit X to snap, and I like to put that right there. All right, so we need to make tiny chests for storage. And it looks like, how many can I make? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Perfect. So we're going to go 2 in. Right about there is fine. And then we're going to put these in. And there's the 4th one. Let's go ahead and just use that spot there. So 1, we're snapping. So we snap it right on top. I love that. Snap and snap. So the first chest, I keep my mallet, my building materials, my dirt. I don't need fur. I delete it. And then this chest down here, I'm going to put food. We're going to hit T to sort our backpack. And I am going to, I really don't have any food items. That just gives us flexibility between building and eating resources. So I might even put my ammo in here, except for my arrows, because I need a bow. All right, now this chest, I'm going to be putting our spores, our runes, and our important loot. So twigs, cloth, resin. There we go. This is not important. Bones. Not really important, but I'll put it there anyways. So down here, I'll put the rest of this. All right. So let's see here. We got our food. We're looking good. Can we make a bow? So we're going to grab our resources, hit F, bring those back over. And can I make a bow? I can make a bow. So we're making a bow. Ooh, as soon as you make a bow, you not only get arrows, and I am going to make a few of those. Let's just make 10 to start. You can make fire bolts right away. Huh, very nice. And that's using the resin. You can make a staff. What? Okay, cool. I can make a staff and fire bolts. Let's just do 20. Wow, I'm getting my magic up right away here. So what I'm going to do now is move my axe and my pick down here. My ranged here. I'm going to set up like this. So melee, bow, staff, wand. Leave those there for now as fillers. Oh, actually, no. I want to move this down here. My fire bolts, equip. Very nice. Equip our bow. Very nice. We got 25 arrows. So I'm going to get rid of that torch. And I'm going to hit R and load this stuff back in here. G sorts your storage chest. Again, T sorts your backpack. All right. We are getting where we need to go. So the first thing is we need a glider. We're going to hit F to pin. That way we can see the resources we need, which is shroud wood. We're going in the shroud next. We need animal fur, string, and shroud spores. We need lots of those. Then after we get done making that, we're going to make the grappling hook. We need metal scraps, string, and a shroud spore. So lots of shroud spores. You need 10 here. You need 2 here, so that's 12. String's not a problem. Fur, we don't need fur for that, but we need metal scraps. So shroud wood, shroud spores. We need to jump in and start getting that. ASAP. I need a shield too. Can I make a shield? Do I want to make a shield? Let's hit F, pull everything into our backpack. Do we have the resources to make a shield? Make a shield here. Yeah, yes we do. I'm not going to make any of this armor. All right, cool. We're going to hit N. We're going to put our shield on. There we go. Shield, right click, and you're going to hold the shield up and block. and of course left click. And if you didn't have a shield on and you hit right, you'd be doing parry and blocking as much as you could with your melee weapon. Whew! All right, we did it. We're ready to kick off the game.